Kane, hard luck, mate. It's so near yet so far. Your thoughts on how it all transpired today?
Um, yeah, I mean, look, India are playing seriously good cricket. They're a class side at the top of their game, and to come out in a semi-final and phones off, please. To come out in a semi-final and continue and repeat what they've been doing throughout this competition is shows where they're at as a team. And I mean, they certainly put us under a lot of pressure in that first half. That was tough. There wasn't much in the surface for us, and we were trying to defend large parts of that. So credit to certainly to the way that they played, and also, in that second half, proud of the fight. Really, it was tough. A lot of movement, with the new ball and those sorts of things. So to give ourselves a bit of a sniff, although a lot of things had to go our way, was a fair effort. And I think reflecting on, whatever it's been, 7 weeks, I suppose, of cricket, I think as a side, it can be quite proud of the effort that's gone into getting to where we are, and it just didn't quite happen for us today.
There was a storm on social media this morning about the pitch and everything about it. But three blokes scoring centuries, a guy getting a 7-wicket haul, 700 runs being scored. There wasn't really anything wrong with it, was there?
No, I mean, it was a used wicket, but a pretty good surface, really, as we saw. I mean, they got plenty out of it in the first half of the match, and and conditions, I guess, they change as they go under lights and things, and that's what we've seen throughout this competition. That's fine. That's what you expect, and they played really well. So I mean, it's disappointing to get to this stage and not go further, but also at the same time, you sort of reflect on the 7 weeks rather than a couple of small moments, and we lost to a better side.
Last one for me. There's a bunch of players on this side, yourself included, Trent Bolt, Tim Southee, Tom Latham.
You're going to talk about how old we are?
No. I'm just going to say that you will have played a lot of cricket together, and there's potential that you might never play. All of you
are talking about how old we are.
All of you together might not play
Yeah.
in a World Cup again. Your thoughts on playing with this fantastic group and what it means to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been, I suppose, an ongoing effort, as a side to keep trying to get better and push the boundaries of where we can get to as a team. And all those people that you've mentioned are massive parts of that. They're all different in how they operate, but they're all leaders in their own right and share a real passion for this team. And we're all grateful to have those players, and can only hope that as we experienced, from some of our leaders as young guys, that we can continue to bring players through, and not just in the quality that they bring, because we've seen that in spades throughout the last 7 weeks, but also in how they're approaching their cricket in order to try and move this team forward. And I think we've seen that too. So some good signs certainly in this last period of time. It's not over just yet. But that's where the focus is. You come to these tournaments, and there can be small margins whether you get further or not. But ultimately, it's about growing as a group and becoming a better cricket team. And I think the 7 weeks were really valuable for us as a side. We wanted to go further naturally, but we'll reflect on it and take a lot of good out of it.
Ken, it's been like a tournament of two halves for you guys. You won 4 in a row, and then you lost 5 of the last 6. Was it like an unsettled second half with injuries? Your injury didn't help, and then you lost Matt Henry. Were there factors in you losing momentum after the first sort of 4 games?
Yes and no. I mean, the injuries weren't helpful. You never want those, but there was still some good cricket there, and we had a couple of close losses, and our focus is always on the cricket. You always want the wins, but we still continue to focus on how we want to keep going out as a team, not overreact to the loss the previous match, and actually keep turning up and playing what's in front of us. And the conditions, they keep changing a little bit, and I thought we did that quite well to get to the stage. And I suppose once you get to the knockouts, that's anything can happen, and yeah, it wasn't to be today, but you know, proud of a lot of the effort that went into it. It was extremely tough first half. You know, India came out in full force and we didn't create many opportunities. It was tough to try and stem the flow of runs, and you know, that's sort of the way it goes. They played extremely well, and they were without doubt the better team today.
Again, bowling, for a bowling attack as versatile and on top of its game like India's, how do you as opposition actually plan and target at least one bowler on a given day, especially in a knockout?
Yeah, I suppose you don't go into an innings with a preempted idea because you don't quite know who is going to be the bigger threat on any given day. And I mean, out there with the new ball, they were all threatening, and then it spun, and so it was. You know, you were just trying to get yourself into a position to have a go and change the momentum. And I thought we did manage to do that, but we did need a lot to go our way naturally when you're chasing a total like that with as much assistance as they were able to get out of the surface. So, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately for us, that's sort of the way it went today. But like I say, a lot of positives to take out of it.
Yeah. Kane, it's been a tough campaign, a lot of injuries, and you had your ups and downs as a team as well. But still, you came close to reaching the final. So, what are the positives you would want to take from this campaign, whether it's player-wise or even otherwise as well?
Yeah, yeah, we had, you know, our fair share of bits and pieces go on, but that's life, and that's, you know, I mean, most teams are dealing with something on any given day. But yeah, I think the attitude that the guys kept coming back with, you know, you have to move on quick from games, whether you win them or lose them. It's always about the next one, and they're all the same value in terms of, you know, 2 points or whatever it is. So it's a difficult thing to micromanage. Not every game's a final in pool play. It's about operating for 7 weeks and playing your best cricket and adjusting to what's in front of you as well as you can. And you know, if you do that as a side, you'll hopefully end up in a reasonable spot, which we were able to do. So there's a lot of good in that for us, and also some younger guys coming in as well, which I think was amazing to have those experiences here. Cricket in India is an amazing thing, and even today, you know, it was an incredible atmosphere, and you're playing the home nation who love it more than most, and it was still a fantastic occasion, and some real highlights from individuals as well, which you know, is a really positive thing for us as a whole.